thought that maybe there was something wrong with his heart. "Arnie?" I asked. "A spaghetti pot," he said. "She left me a spaghetti pot, one of those big black ones. She left it for me in the middle of the front hall. Couldn't miss it. It was the only thing in the whole goddamn house. And I looked in it, and guess what?" "What?" "There was a penny. A single fucking solitary penny." So that's how it happened to Arnold. The love of his life left him a penny and a pot to piss in. It can come suddenly in a terrifying rush, or it can dawn on you slowly over time. But for every divorcing couple, there is a moment when the truth hits. The marriage is over. Whether you leave or are left, it's a shock. The life you built with your spouse, with the beautiful house, the children, the minivan, the dog, the vacations, the friends, is gone. Over. Done. It's like a death. Or worse, a death in life, because after all, you are technically still alive. It's just that everything has been turned upside down and inside out, and now you don't know where or who you are. The person you considered your closest confidant and best friend has changed into an untrustworthy snake and your worst enemy. It happened to my charming but frumpy client Gail Langer when she looked over the American Express bill while her husband Philip was off in Tokyo on an extended business trip. She noticed some charges that were made at Bloomingdale's in New York. Lingerie, which was odd. So far as she knew, Philip hadn't been anywhere near New York, and he hadn't given her any lingerie. Convinced that it was some mistake, Gail called the store. The clerk assured her Philip Langer had purchased a pair of lacy bras and a camisole on the date listed on the bill. And while he was at it, they told Gail, he'd entered his name into the store's bridal registry. Gail started to say that was ridiculous, until the clerk told her the name of the bride. It was her husband's law partner. That's how it goes, especially if you're on the receiving end. The best part of your life becomes the worst part of your life. Love turns to hate, the grinding, burning kind that has put more than a few of my clients in the hospital and placed their former mates at risk of serious injury or worse. Depressed and angry, Gail did not handle the situation well at all. But she merely wanted to screw her husband to the wall financially. Another of my clients, Priscilla, wasn't so lucky. She ended up dead in her Mercedes, with a gun in her hand and a bullet in her temple. The cops called it a suicide. I call it murder. Her husband ran a cab company in Boston. He didn't like that she objected to his screwing around, and he didn't want to mess with a divorce settlement or risk her tipping off the IRS about the true state of his finances. And he knew the kind of people who could fix all that. Of course, once you calm down, if you ever calm down, the real torture begins. Dividing the assets, selling the house, pleading your case to some overworked 30-year-old guardian ad litem who decides who gets your kids and on what terms, fighting over the pets. No joke. I worked for months on a custody fight over a Great Dane named Raja, negotiating child support payments, making alimony payments, dragging yourself to a therapist and your kids to child psychiatrists, and allowing some black-robed judge to have the last word on your future. I always make sure that I have a Kleenex box handy in my office. So it's also a death of just about everything you loved, except there are no regular procedures to follow. You don't call 911 or summon a medical examiner or send for an ambulance. You don't hire a funeral parlor or pick out a casket or dress up the body all nice for a final viewing. There is no sitting Shiva, no wake. There is no priest, rabbi, or imam to comfort you with soft words about the hereafter and help you plan a crackerjack funeral. You don't summon relatives and friends to attend the service or fortified.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.